Today I want to show you how to create your own risers on the MPC in standalone mode. Let's do it.
Marrcello on the drums, hey.
What's up, this is Marrcello. If you're interested in beatmaking videos and tutorials, consider subscribing. Before we start, let me show you some of the risers we're going to create today. Alright, so we got this one. And this one. It's made out of a crash. Then we got this one. It's made out of this clap. Then we got this one. It's made out of this vocal. And we also have a little reverb reverse vocal effect. And the last one we'll make today is this one. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, let's start by making the most simple riser out of a crash cymbal. So let's go to browse, just search crash. Let's take this one, put it on pad 1, go back to main. Now let's go to program edit, samples, and now we want to just reverse it. And let's make it a little shorter. Okay, as you can see, that's the most simple riser. Alright, now let's move on. We can, for example, make the riser really rise in terms of the pitch. So let's go to the LFO modulation page and we want to lower the rate to about 12 or something. And now let's turn up the pitch as a destination. And now let's try. As you can hear, it's going up from in the pitch. You can also change that, of course, if you don't want so extreme. So yeah, something like that. So you can just play around, and you can do the same with the amp as a destination. So it will get louder. And also the panning. So that can be interesting, so you can just play around with that. So if you want to save this pad with the changes you made and make a new sample out of it, you just hit the arrow. That means flatten pads, and now you can just name it Crash Riser or something like that. Do it, and now still going up in the pitch, but all the settings are back to its default. Same goes for the reverse. This is now a new sample. Alright, let's move on. Now next let's make a riser out of a clap. So let's go to browse and search for a clap. Let's take this one, put it on pad 5. So we need to go to pad mix, so double tap track mix. Go to this, go to the pad, and now let's insert a delay, or I mean a reverb. We want to make it longer, so let's change the time. Maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that. Alright, now we got a reverb, and now let's go to program edit. And now what we want to do is flatten the pad as we did before. so it will incorporate, or it will integrate the reverb into the sample. It will make a new sample. It will change the sample. As you can see, now it looks like that. Let's just copy it. And now let's make a riser out of this. Hit flatten the pads. Let's call it clap riser. Clap rise. Do it. And now you can see the sample changed. Now it looks different. So now if you go back to pad mix, as you can see here on this pad, the effect is gone because it made a new sample. But here it's still there. So let's take it away. So now we got the normal clap. It looks like that. And the modulated clap, which looks like that. Next step is to reverse. Change the attack. Let's flatten the pad. And now let's go to LFO modulation and just do the same as we did before. So now it's actually too short for me. So now let's go back to the samples page, and now let's warp, activate the warp feature, deactivate the BPM sync, and now let's stretch it a little bit. As you can hear, it sounds pretty strange. But that can be an interesting way to modulate the sample. So of course, if you don't like that, just leave it. So if you want, you can also make it start at a very high pitch and then go down. So if you change the wave, you can see it comes down. This is a pretty short riser, but that depends on how long you make the reverb tail in the beginning, if you create the riser. So let's try that with the longer riser. Let's change the wave. Let's change the rates to 12 maybe again. And the pitch, of course. And now let's see what happens. So that's a fall actually. And now next I want to show you another cool trick on how to make a reverb reverse effect on vocals. So if you're leading into a vocal or something like that, let's just start by loading up a vocal, Vox. You know, just a one shot.
Hold me, go, ready,
Yeah, let's take this one.
ready, ready.
All right. Let's go to program edit. Actually, let's copy
Ready,
the pad first.
ready, ready,
Let's take the first.
ready, 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 ready,
Yeah, let's take this one.
ready.
Just the beginning. Now let's go to pad mix. Let's put a reverb on this little piece we got. Change the time. Make it longer. Oh, that's all right. Let's go to program edit. Now let's flatten the pad. Let's call it Vox effect. Now why is it so short? I don't really know why it cut it off. It cut off the reverb tail because it's probably the original length of the sample. But I mean, if you want to make it longer than that, just go back, undo. So go back before flattening the pad. There's another way to turn the sample into a new sample quickly. Let's go to main, just record. You can see it's very long. That's alright. So now we got one little sequence with just this sample. We want to turn this sequence into a sample really quick. Let's go to this pencil icon on the track page and now just bounce to sample. So now we got a new sample. Let's go to browse, sample assign, and where is it?
ready,
Track bounce, track 1. So let's put it on pad 9. Let's go to program edit. Now we got the full length of the reverb tail. In this case, we have to deactivate the reverb. So let's go to pad mix, this reverb, just delete it, go back to program edit. Alright, now let's reverse it. It's actually too long, make it a little bit shorter.
ready,
You know,
ready,
can be a cool effect actually.
ready,
And of course you can also do, you know, further modulations. Changing the LFO. You know, modulate the pitch. Alright, next I want to show you another really cool way on how to make risers. So now let's load up a normal keyboard or something. Let's just take a plugin synth, you know, maybe electric. Okay, now let's record a simple pattern with this one using the note repeat function. Yeah, let's take this one. Okay, that's enough. Next, let's bounce this track to a new sample, as we did before. Bounce to sample. Let's go back to track 1, where we have our risers. This is still empty, so let's load up the sample we just bounced. Track 2. Okay. Now we got this, and now let's go to program edit, and now let's go to LFO modulation. We are already there. Let's change the rate to 12 again or something like that. The pitch all the way up. And now we got this. This can be also a cool way on how to... Yeah, and you can change the sample play. Or, you know. Let's go to sample. Let's make it reverse. You know, or warp it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment and check out this video. I'll see you over there. Peace.